Hey everyone, I'm Shane Ireland.
I'm Alan Britt.
I'm Steve Mobby.
I'm Tyler Caldwell.
And once again, Shane Ireland. Welcome to the first mystery review of 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like we just did the final mystery review of 2024.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, yeah.
I can't believe it's already 2025.
I've already broken all of my resolutions,
Yeah, me too.
Same.
and they weren't hard.
My resolution was to make a resolution this year. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I made one and it took me. What was?
Yeah,
what
like
day
6
was it?
days.
Took me about
we were on camera as
Yeah.
you were breaking your
Yeah, I broke my
resolution.
resolution on camera. That was pretty cool. If you're gonna do it, document it.
Do it all the
So,
way.
so we have a highly unorthodox guest inquisitor today. Our own cameraman is surprising us with a sample this morning. Chris, hi.
I'm sure he will be editing the
Chris.
footage to make himself look like a better inquisitor.
Yeah, with like a six pack and like really swole and stuff. Although Chris is closer than any of us to that being the truth already. Yeah, I don't
to being
know.
healthy and in shape.
So yeah, this is interesting because nobody knows our. I don't know. I was going to say tricks, but it's not really tricks on this side of the table.
Our styles,
Yeah,
our habits,
yeah,
what
like-
What we smoke, what, you know.
What, you know, I was going to say how easy it is to fool us, but that's pretty easy.
I
So.
think everybody knows that.
Everybody knows
Everybody
that.
who's ever seen one of these knows that.
It's always fun to me when we get phone calls in customer service, and I say like, "Hey, I'm Alan." They go, "Alan from the mystery videos?" And I say, "Yeah." They go, "Oh, I love watching it." And I say, "So you love watching me be wrong on a monthly basis?"
I do. I love watching you be wrong all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether we're on camera
There is a little bit of Schadenfreude, I think, in the mystery review viewership. I'm pretty sure about that. I will say that Chris did do us a favor, and it looks like he picked something we're probably going to dig. It is the right size, and it is a cigar made of tobacco.
Those are my favorite.
Me too.
top 3 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely good so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and love this size. Would you say Corona Gorda-ish?
In that realm.
Not even. I mean, I think Corona Gorda is like, 5 3/4 by 46 or something, and this feels smaller than that to me.
For sure.
This has got to be like a
44.
yeah, right?
44.
44. I butchered the lighting of mine, so you're gonna have to excuse me for touching up this early.
I would say right off the bat, I'm very impressed with the wrapper. Very clean, very sleek. You can tell this was very professionally made.
Interesting. It's got like a little bit of a sheen to it, a little bit of oil. I don't know that this tells me anything, but the vein structure is like super, super prominent.
Yeah.
A little bit of tooth, and I'm not just talking about like the larger veins. You can see a lot that's going on with this leaf.
Yeah.
Very detailed, for sure.
Kind of a dry finish so far.
Slightly floral. Kind of on the retro hell, I'm getting a pretty unique, almost like bubblegummy sweetness.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was the first time I retroed. That's
I can
interesting.
get that. It also tastes familiar. Like, it tastes like I've smoked it before.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
indeed.
So what is it then?
I had to go through the palette Rolodex real quick.
No, I know.
Dig that up.
Nothing weird with the cap. It was just a regular cap.
It is a triple cap, though. That's worth noting.
Right.
It's not-
But I mean, no pigtail, no
Right,
fantail,
right.
no.
Yeah. Not everyone does a triple cap, so that's to be noted. I like this a lot.
I do too.
I do
lot,
too.
a lot.
I do too. If it wasn't for the cap being just a regular triple cap, like, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't pick this, but something about the beginning of this cigar has Colmena vibes to me. I know that's not what it is,
Yeah.
but it's starting off similarly.
Well, it's like fairly mild to start off. But really, I was going to say mild but flavorful, and that's just kind of a dumb thing to say.
Yeah. Smooth but harsh.
Yeah. Mild but complex.
Well, I mean, something can be mild in body and strength and still
right,
be
right.
flavorful. Technically,
Right.
it's kind of hard to achieve, I would say. But
Yeah.
Like La Colmena is one that I think it is one of the best at achieving that.
Yep. Complex, flavorful, rich, but like chill
Subtle.
on the strength and the body.
Yeah, subtle.
Floral for sure. I don't get the bubble gum. I'm not getting very much sweetness at all.
I lean
Could be that my little palate ain't woken up yet though, but
I lean a little more like on like a cedary,
it's definitely woody.
like a little hint of I could see like a vanilla creaminess with the retro. I can get that.
Yeah.
Especially on the retro, I'm picking up that cedar.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like the balsa wood that comes in the pack of.
Hints of Savinelli balsa filters.
There's an aromatic quality here that I'm trying to pick up that's like really tripping me out.
For sure.
I think I am getting a little bit of white pepper on the retro. There's a little bit of that tingle, but it's not like aggressive or spicy.
I went to Bath and
Cedars.
Body Works yesterday, so I've got scents on my mind. But it kind of reminds me of
Fresh linen.
like
Ocean breeze.
like wintertime trees like fir and
Interesting.
yeah, well, kind of in the balsa family. I assume that would fit in there too.
That's interesting.
Evergreen,
Yeah.
maybe like the more common cigar note I would think would be like pine, which I get off Dominican cigars sometimes. It's
I can
kind of
see
a
that.
piney note.
Things burning really well. Really well made cigar.
Super white ash, which like I'm not sure it means much, but it's always cool to look
Pleasant.
at. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take one stab with a name, but I don't think it's it, but it's reminiscent of it. The Arturo Fuente 858 Rosado Sungrown. I don't think it's quite the right size for it,
Not long enough. Yeah.
but like the flavor profile is like that's what's reminding me of right now.
I'm going offhand what the blend for that is.
Dominican cigar tobacco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Dominican Puro with like a sun-grown wrapper.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is maybe shameful as a Dominican cigar lover to say, I don't know if I've ever smoked a Rosado from Fuente.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of, that's out there, but
Well, maybe you are right now.
I wouldn't know. But
I will say I would put that as probably my favorite Fuente cigar.
that's big, man.
It's absolutely
bold.
delicious. It's way different than the rest of the 858 line.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Interesting.
I smoked a lot of the Maduro A58s when I first started getting into cigars. They were kind of readily available at tobacco markets and such, but should have smoked that sun-grown.
I really like this, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it does taste familiar. Oof.
I've maybe never been more confident that a cigar was Dominican in origin.
Yeah, it's definitely giving that vibe.
Yeah, the floral quality. I'm getting that like Dominican, especially. I think it's like the olor, that earthiness, but it's like a very bright, zesty earthiness. It's not like loamy and like dark soil. It's more like, I was gonna say sand, but that's like a really poor way to put it.
The cigar is sandy, man.
a little bit of a gritty texture. to it.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. Like
That's why my lips are so chapped.
I feel like normally when we say earthy, we're talking about like the darker
Yeah, like
side of
musky,
it,
loamy.
yeah,
Yeah.
loamy, and yeah, for sure. But this is a little more like, I don't know.
Brighter. Now that you explain it, that's kind of great. I would have never said it was sandy, but I get what you're saying.
Reminds me of a nice sunrise on the beach.
Yeah,
I've
where I
never
just
been
fall.
awake that early.
Where I was gonna
I
say.
just don't go to sleep. It makes it easier.
Good point.
I know we probably often say this, but like this is the perfect cigar in the morning.
Yeah.
It really is.
I could see this being enjoyable at any point in the day, but like for a morning smoke, like it's a spot.
This
Yeah.
would be crazy good with a cup of coffee. Like just yeah. Yeah, you were thinking ahead on that
Can
one.
I'm serious. Can I steal a sip of your coffee? I was so late this morning. I haven't consumed anything. Damn. That felt like it just took the flavor from 7 to 9 real quick.
I bet.
Gotta love that nice fresh Americano.
A little more spice coming through than previously, which is to be expected because your coffee is slightly sweet.
I try to make my coffee like my personality.
Slightly sweet.
There's a lot going on now. I mean, on the retro hell, I'm getting even like lemon peel. Like not necessarily lemon, but
Like that kind of zestiness.
little
to it.
bittery zest.
Interesting.
Interesting.
It's funny. Yeah, as soon as you said that, I did. I mean, the power of suggestion is real, but I was saying zesty, and lemon peel makes sense to me, especially after that sip of coffee. You ever had like I think it's like a Roman espresso? It's like a shot of espresso with like lemon in it, lemon peel.
Oh no.
Never, but
No,
I'm
I need to
there.
try that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound pretty damn good.
You guys got me on coffee now. I'm gonna go hit the coffee shop up as soon as this is
We'll
done.
just take a quick break and let us go make some coffees.
Why? We've got delicious coffee right here. Why do you need to go anywhere?
You have a good point, Steve.
And pause. Coffee break. No, there's something to this that's like there's a very subtle flavor that I can't pick up yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to too. I was thinking it was something vegetal or something floral. The woodiness and the cedar notes are coming through bigger for me at this point. A lot more pronounced.
I don't want to say lavender, but I feel like that's where my palate wants to lean.
Jesus, yeah.
Bath
That's so
and Body
funny.
Works, man.
I
There
know.
it is. There it is.
I keep coming back to coffee drinks too because like I recently had a lavender latte that was pretty banging.
You mind if I take a sip of that? I think you guys are picking up stuff that I'm not getting here because of this coffee.
Fur, lavender.
Speaking of lavender, I had my first London fog the other day. Mm-hmm. Like there's something about like an Earl Grey tea with that like nice just steamed milk to go with it that really brought out more of like a lavender profile. And I think maybe like subjectively that's kind of what I'm.
That's where you're at,
where I'm
yeah.
at with this.
Where the hell does one get a London fog?
Well, I got mine. No sponsorship here, folks. At Starbucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I was not aware.
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
It's a good
anyone-
drink.
Yeah, anyone who serves tea and they have milk available and they can heat it up for you, you could probably get one.
You probably even do that yourself.
Yeah.
At home.
You could probably do that here with
Yeah.
our fine selection of coffees and teas.
I'm pretty sure the Circle K has a microwave. You know, so heat up a thing of milk.
Cup of water.
and a cup of water. I make my London Fogs cup of noodle style. I just dump a bunch of stuff in the cup and microwave it.
It gets the
It's
job
the
done.
American way.
That's how I do dinner.
It's boy dinner. I think we've discovered boy dinner.
Yeah.
We've discovered boy dinner. Boy tea.
2 entrees, throw them in a cup, microwave it, you're good. That's all you need.
2 entrees and no salad.
None whatsoever.
It's more effective if you get a salad and then just discard it.
Really, like, drive the point home. I'm not
gonna eat this.
Even given the option, I'm not going to.
The appetizer.
2 entrees only.
The appetizer is a third entree.
I've literally done that for dessert.
Of course.
I've done it for dessert.
Yeah.
And we do it every time we go to the dumpling
To the
place.
dumpling place, yeah.
Dessert is more dumplings.
It's more dumplings, yeah. They're like, do you want something sweet? We're like, no. Truffle dumplings, please.
Or as an appetizer, you get the hanging bacon from
yeah.
from Clark's. Yeah, just entrees on entrees.
I could go for some of that bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good palate cleanser. Like sweet ass bacon.
All right, Alan, everyone else is taking a sip. It's your turn.
Yeah, it'd be weird if you didn't, I think.
Would I feel like you're not part of the crew. We can't trust you if you take a sip of that cigar or a sip of that coffee.
And too bad Tyler already told us what that coffee was. We could have guessed. We could have done mystery coffee.
Mystery within a mystery.
Yeah. So it's Inception. We're doing mystery Inception now.
You do sugar in your coffee?
No, my secret is a couple pumps of white mocha.
Really? Oh.
That way you don't have to mess with extra sugar or cream or anything like that. Just a couple pumps will do you, baby.
Normally, I'm a bougie coffee guy, or not bougie, but like
Purist.
I'm a coffee purist.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah,
That one tiny sip of caffeine tricked my body into thinking that I'm fine for at least the rest of this video.
And I don't know, maybe it is the coffee for me, but definitely like a creamy lavender profile.
Yeah.
I was
kinda
not
taking
thinking
over.
lavender before you said that, but I don't know if it was you saying it or taking the sip of the coffee, or if the cigar just changed as it has gone down. But I'm picking that up now.
This construction is crazy.
Yeah.
Stacking dimes. I mean, burn line is perfect for me at least.
Yeah, mine's pretty solid on the burn line.
So what are we thinking? Country of origin, it's everyone fairly certain it's Dominican.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm leaning that way.
What are we thinking?
Initial couple puffs, that like floral quality and the earthiness. I was kind of thinking like Honduras a little bit, but it took about 5 minutes for that to go away. It's a little more. I hesitate to say more refined, but I do think of the Honduran grown, like floral and earthy notes as being a little more intense.
So I'm just gonna say it's been on my mind. As far as Dominican manufacturers go, it's very much reminding me of a Ventura product.
Is it? Yeah, like is there a size in? No, that can't be this.
So like I have a specific cigar in mind. I don't know if we want to throw that
I
out there
kind
this
of
early.
had an idea
Yeah.
going along. with
Hold on.
Maybe the same thing.
Let my slow
You got
rusty wheels turn for a second.
Morning break.
Just chug the rest of it if you need to.
Don't worry about whether Tyler gives you permission or not. I said
No.
it's okay.
Yeah. You can't if you bring you bring enough for the whole class. This is mystery review. Like if you bring anything, there's enough for the whole class.
We're already sharing lighters and cutters and everything over here.
Yeah. May as well swap spit while we're at it too.
Get COVID for the 9th time from one of you guys.
For the 9th time.
Steve's still going for that world record.
Jeez.
Try to get the baker's dozen before it's all over.
I think you got it. You can do it.
Oh, I think I can get there.
I believe I can get there.
I lick every doorknob that I see. Okay.
Great. Maybe we shouldn't let Steve drink the coffee.
Yeah, what's in that coffee, Tyler? I'm feeling a little weird.
A little weird.
I can't give away all the secrets.
Okay. That'll stay
Not
a
on
mystery.
camera, at least,
That'll stay a
legally.
mystery. So what were you thinking, Alan? What was the... what was
Yeah,
your
I just
guess?
throw it out there.
What's the red band ADV? The Explorer?
Explorer?
That's what it reminds me of.
Honest-
Corona Gorda Explorer.
Interesting.
It's too small, isn't it?
It might roughly be that size.
Maybe.
I can kind of get that vibe from it.
Yeah, it gives me big time ADV vibes.
I also remember that cigar being a little more.
A little more,
Like, I tend to
a
think
little
of-
more oomph to it.
Yes, almost everything that Henderson blends, like in juxtaposition to like his father and his brother, has a little extra body, a little extra strength. He likes stronger, bolder stuff. Like I can't think off of the top of my head if you were like, what are the strongest and boldest like Dominican made cigars? I would think ADV was like up there.
Yeah.
And this is a little, I don't know, a little too chill.
I
Also,
feel like
just
that is the chill one in their portfolio, though. Like Conqueror, I love as well, but obviously the wrapper's like way darker than this on Conqueror. Navigator, same thing, super dark wrapper.
Yeah.
I also think that Chris would know that you would guess that pretty quickly.
I don't. He knows I smoke a lot of Caldwell, but I don't know if he like thinks I smoke a lot of ADV. Does he?
He's being very mysterious over there.
Good poker face on that guy.
I watch him all the time too. When he's already seen the reveal video,
Yeah.
and I'm like making a guess, I'm kind of like,
What's he
I'm like, is
I don't
Chris?
know. I don't know. He's got a pretty good poker
He
face.
does. He
for
does
this
have a
kind of
good
thing.
poker face.
I would say kind of leaning towards that realm. Honestly, it kind of gives me Eastern Standard vibes.
That was going to be my first guess,
Yeah.
and I'm still trying to figure out if that's what I think.
I mean, it could be. In the Euro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always smoke that cigar in the Coretto and not the Euro.
The Euro Express is my favorite one. Well, I like the Cakewalk a lot too, though.
Yeah.
But it just depends on like time constraints and stuff.
Man.
I mean, it kind of gives me that vibe. To me, Eastern Standard gives me a little bit more of like a bready note
Yeah.
that I'm not quite getting from this. But I don't know if it's just because like the way my palate's feeling this morning or the influence of the coffee or what. But I don't know, man. It kind of gives me that Eastern Standard vibe.
So I think the positive of that cigar is that every size has unique nuances where they're genuinely different blends.
Yeah.
Like, I smoke the Coretto most of the time. It's far spicier than any other size. What's the Churchill? Cream Crush.
Cream Crush, yeah.
Is like far more mild than any other sizes. And the negative to that from a review standpoint is I can't tell you last time I smoked if this is a Euro. I can't tell
The
you.
last time was, yeah.
So I have no idea what that tastes like.
When I do side stream, I am getting some breadiness.
I am too. Yeah, I am too.
Little yeast.
It's like a little malty, you know what I mean? It's got like a little.
The color is right too, man.
Sometimes I get that sourdough bread vibe from like nice, like flue-cured pipe tobaccos, and
You know, what if Chris is actually trying to trick us and this is Eastern Standard and he makes us think he's the Inquisitor and then Robert pops out. Like, I got you bitches. Like,
I thought you were gonna say, and then he removed the bready notes.
Blended out the breadiness.
Can you hand make one of these cigars with no bread?
He was joking around that he hand blended them himself.
Well, Chris, you did a pretty good job.
I was gonna say, I know that's not true because they're really good and well made.
So
I don't have that much confidence.
There's no way he had the time to go learn how to do that.
So Eastern Standard is rolled at the Ventura's factory, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So even if I'm wrong, I'm not that wrong.
No.
Not super wrong.
No,
Just,
super
partially,
wrong.
that's all.
just kind of.
Yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
Honestly, like the more I'm doing side stream and retro and all that, the more bread I'm getting, the more I'm leaning towards Eastern
Get
Standard.
that bread.
Get that bread,
That
baby. What type of bread?
I want to learn how to make passive income during the mystery review.
No, it's just so much more. Like I've told you guys, and everyone's aware because I say it in every video. I smoke a lot of Caldwell, and Eastern Standard Coretto is like my desert island. If I could smoke one cigar the rest of my life, it doesn't taste like this. But once again, size difference.
Yep.
Coretto's way
Yep.
spicier.
Right.
It is just not this floral. So I'm conflicted.
And see, I don't want to regret this, and I can't even articulate why. But I just don't think this is a Fuente product.
No.
Like I'm like, especially like now that we're a little bit further into it, it just doesn't have that vibe to me. And it's sort of that like indescribable like signature flavor profile kind of a thing that I couldn't really tell you what makes it taste that way, but they all have a very common thread, you know.
Yeah, that quiz.
The same way when you smoke a My Father, you smoke a Aganorsa.
Exactly.
I can't tell you how I know it's an Aganorsa, but it just is.
It just is. The way they process their tobacco or whatever, like it has that vibe. Like it's not terribly difficult to pick their tobaccos out of another person's, manufacturer or blend.
Yeah, this just kind of has that. If I had to put it into words, most things, especially milder cigars from the Ventura factory, they have a brightness to them. What I get is like a lemon zesty brightness to them, and I'm just getting that here.
Yeah.
And I'm probably wrong.
I don't know, man. In my 2 marbles bouncing around in the brain here.
You got two?
Two marbles?
Well, one of them's
smooth
cracked, so it kind of looks like
Okay.
2.5. But I don't know, man. I kind of go back and forth with Eastern Standard and Fuente for me. Fuente, also, I know our lovely Chris here is a big fan of Fuente.
Yes.
And he knows that we're big fans of Fuente as well.
Yeah, but okay, what size could this be in Opus?
So other than knowing Chris while you're thinking about that, Shane, what's giving you Fuente vibes about this?
It's kind of like how Alan was going up, like we say with Agrinorsa, it's got the Agrinorsa funk. You can kind of distinguish that it's, whether it's their cigar that they are selling or not, you can get that profile. Fuente to me has like a very distinctive, like an aged Cuban flavor profile.
So you both agree that there is a indescribable quintessence to Fuente, and you both completely disagree about what
Whether you're tasting it or not.
No,
yeah.
if this was a Fuente product, I do agree. It'd have to be an Opus, an original Opus. I don't think it's any of the insanely rare ones.
No.
It would have to be an original Opus.
I mean, if it was an Opus, to me, if it was an Opus, it would be a little spicier.
Right.
But depending on whether this might have came from Chris's
Chris has a
personal
deep
stash,
cellar.
it could be
Yeah.
aged, so that spicier tone could kind of diminish a little
If
bit.
he's giving us aged Opus, we
right.
we owe that guy.
We owe him a sip of this coffee.
I don't think so. No.
So I recently, when I was moving stuff around, found a bunch of Opus that I stashed away a while ago, and in there were a handful of the smaller sizes. And I'm trying to remember. I smoked a couple, and they're coming along nicely. I would say the ones that I was smoking were probably like 6-7 years old or something like that. It was just standard line stuff, like nothing crazy.
If this was an Opus, I'm trying to think of what size.
I was just gonna say the only size that I can think of, and I can't remember the name of it, is shorter. Similar ring gauge, but shorter.
You've got the number 4, number 5.
That's the number 4 is the one I was thinking of. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's like I think that's like a standard, like 5 1/4 by 42 Corona.
Yeah, it's like a regular Corona. And like we've smoked too much of this to know, but I'm pretty sure this was like over 5.5.
Yeah.
And by like 44, it's not.
5 3/4 ish.
Yeah. What size is the number 5?
Slightly bigger than the number 4. Like if you held them side by side, like you wouldn't.
It's kinda hard to
wouldn't
tell,
the
yeah.
difference. But just slightly longer.
And you have the little petite Coronas, which this obviously is not. I'm not super familiar with the sizing. With Opus,
There's also so many. There's like a crazy amount of sizes.
the only one I normally do is the standard, like 5 by 50 is kind of my go-to with Opus.
I like that little Bellicoso size, that little shorty Bellicoso.
It's nice too. And Shark, you can't go wrong with the Shark.
A shark,
of
yeah.
course.
What if he took a shark and made it regular and round?
Not box press.
Yeah, that would be unboxed pressed.
That would be devious.
Just like steaming it so it unboxes. Man, I don't know.
I think we just need to find out.
I think we do just need to find out. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get closer than this, and I'm probably going to regret this, but I feel like this is not an Opus. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not on the Opus train.
So I know deep down in my heart that this is going to be Euro Express Eastern Standard. I know it is. But I'm going to stick with my gut and say Explorer, Corona Gorda.
I'm sticking Euro Express.
I am too.
And you guys are going to be right, for what it's worth.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think Tyler's going to somehow be right.
I'm going to go with an aged Opus. I don't know.
Nice.
I mean, Tyler did have the best track record last year, according
He
to
did.
official stats.
Well, my goal for this year is to be wrong every time.
Are we releasing?
an easy goal.
That's easy. Yeah. Are we, this is a Trader Jack's Toro. Are we releasing the official stats? Is that what's happening now?
I mean, I don't have them handy.
Tyler
I
did win.
just
Tyler
know
did
that
win,
Tyler
right?
won.
Yeah. He did.
I think-
he won only doing. You think he only does half? Mm-hmm. So he won doing half the reviews and had more points than all of us that do all of them.
Yeah.
I can't remember because, okay, so just for some context here, folks, Truitt, who's more organized than all of us put together, had been keeping score all year, and he had devised like a point system for like partial guesses and whatnot. And I can't remember. Because he said that there was a winner based on percentage, like of success, and there was like a winner in points, and I can't remember if both of them were Tyler.
I want to say you won
Points.
the majority because you obviously do more videos.
Yeah.
Was that the case?
He gave you 2 points
For the final win.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And which he fully
because you
deserved
had
2
the
points
exact
for that.
age. You had
Yeah.
A blend that's like not available in America. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Tyler and I are pretty close.
Yeah. We got
Tag
the
team of the
2
year, man.
disputable champions right here. Different belts. 2 different belts.
We're gonna arm wrestle over this later.
That's fine. Leg wrestle.
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right, let's find out.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, we're not going to do a video because he's like right here. So come on over, cameraman.
Tyler, let's do.
And he has to have a sip of coffee. Can't come to the table without a sip of coffee.
Of this probably cold.
Whether Tyler's okay with it or not.
I get the lavender.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so you guys first mentioned La Colmena, and although I love that cigar, it's not that one.
Okay.
Opus aged. This cigar in the marketing material for it does say 25 years age in the fillers. So maybe that's where some of that's coming from. Where you guys really got close was when you started to go down the Ventura line.
Oh no.
But it is not made by Caldwell. But it is within the Caldwell umbrella.
No.
It is made in the El Maestro factory.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Damn it.
I thought the wrappers might be a dead giveaway because, and this is one of the first cigar factories I ever visited with you, Shane, was Williams' El Maestro factory, and there's something to do with the sheen on his wrappers that are just gorgeous. This is 22 minutes to midnight, Corona Extra, and Habano wrapper.
This is the gold.
The gold,
This is
yeah,
the
this
gold
is the
22.
gold.
Man.
22 minutes to midnight.
I've smoked this cigar so many times. So many times.
For me, it's a cigar that you kind of mentioned as like aged Cuban type of profile, and I think it delivers in that. Size-wise, I thought that might throw you guys off a little bit because it's a little bit of an odd size, being the Corona Extra. Construction always perfect for me.
Yeah. Flawless.
And I've seen you guys suffer through too many reviews, not having something that would be a good morning cigar. So I thought that would deliver. And obviously, I make the videos for Lost and Found as well, so I had to stay within the family. And the Ventura family in general was so great while we were there in the Dominican that wanted to bring something to you guys that I think represents what the El Maestro factory is all about.
Interesting.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
This is such a killer cigar. I even
It's
think
incredible.
when it released, it made our top 25 list, I'm fairly sure. And like placed fairly high, if I recall correctly.
I have also smoked a lot of them. It's my favorite of the 22 minutes. So thanks.
Way to show us up.
Yeah.
Well, I think this video can attest that anyone out there who watches this, if you want something that is like an aged Opus or like an aged Cuban, obviously you got to get your hands on these 22 minutes to midnight.
Steve and I just did a video on the new Lost and Found,
Reserve.
the Lost and Found Reserve.
Yeah.
And I mentioned at one point, William, for people who like Davidoff and like Opus, William, in my opinion, his cigars kind of have that profile. Like Shane said, the Dominican allure, that kind of deep, earthy funk to it.
Yeah, that was the cigar that was so good that it made you break your New Year's
It
resolution.
did. Yeah, I immediately went and bought like 3 5-packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't smoked Williams stuff or Lost and Found, but specifically Williams 22 Minutes to Midnight and Lost and Found Reserve out now, I highly recommend. If you're a fan of Opus and kind of can't track them down, it's a very good,
place to look.
Yeah, and not crazy expensive for the quality you're getting. I think this Corona Extra is 15, 16.
In that realm, yeah.
Yeah, and the quality is amazing.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, thanks a lot, Chris.
Yeah, well done.
That's a very nice cigar to smoke in the morning.
Yeah, good start to the day.
It
Being
is.
wrong and smoking a good cigar.
Yeah.
Now I
Love
get to go
being
have
wrong.
one.
Nice.
Yeah. Love being
Big-
wrong.
I think we'll call it a victory cigar.
Yeah.
Cigar.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
Well
so
earned.
it'll be easy to keep track for this one. 0 points
Zero
across the board.
Yeah.
Unless you
I
count.
really thought Alan was heading down that Ventura line. I thought it was done for.
We might have talked him out of it.
Yeah.
Shane immediately started talking me out of it for what it's worth.
Only on the Henderson angle.
Yeah, because it was Pops. Yeah.
Eastern Standard, like that's another great cigar that would have fit, I think, really close to this profile. But I think you guys kept mentioning it was just slightly off from that.
Yeah. We just tasted, well, less spicy and just more aged.
Yeah.
Like you said. Like there's just a little something extra. And plus, I know you can't get your hands on Eastern Standard because Andy's smoking them all.
Well, that does it. First one of the year.
First one of the
Well,
year.
good start
Starting
of the
off
year.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll get something right.
Maybe.
It's a long
Probably
shot.
not.
Yeah, probably
Oh, and by
not.
the way, as far as people who are curious about the keeping track of the scores from last year, I don't even remember for sure, but if we're arguing over like who won or who didn't, it's like who was right once, maybe twice.
who got 3 instead of 2?
Yeah.
One correct guess could have you winning for the entire
It
year.
could. It
makes
very
you
well could.
competitive at least.
Yes, it does.
Remember when
I mean, we're
Andy-
given like half points if you get the right manufacturer. And
Do you
half
remember
points
when
at the country of origin?
Andy came back to Tobacco Review?
Yeah.
Like, absolute genius, pulled out the El Nino.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
super deep cut, and then he hasn't got one right.
Yeah, that was one of my
Like a
that was
year
one of
and a
my
half.
first videos working here and doing the videos, and Andy just walked in and I was like, oh, this is how Mr. Review, like somebody gets it every time, and then it has not happened since.
No.
Andy been holding that in for like 2 years in his absence.
And Andy had one of the most, in the very, very early days of Mystery Review, if you go way, way, way back, he had one of the most impressive wins with Astley's 109. We've referenced it several times. But even then, like, Truett guessing the Dapper Desvalito Lonsdale, it was like, oh, I smoked one last
smoked
night.
one, yeah.
Like, it's a lot of that is kind of luck. Even like the recent one with Jay Furman, where I guessed the Peter Heinrich's Reserve Grand Cru number 6. Like, I just happened to have found some like not that long before that, and there aren't that many plugs being sold in the market in the world. And yeah, so much of it is context. Like, without the context, nobody could ever do any of this.
Although, counterpoint to that, it has not been long since I've smoked 22 minutes to midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't always
work.
No,
I'm
no.
fairly sure I smoked one at like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than last night, though.
Sure.
Yeah, way
Yeah,
different.
sure.
Way different.
So again, strategy going forward: smoke everything the night before.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Stay up all night the night before smoking everything.
And your palate will be great. Like, don't worry about it.
That's practically what I do already.
Yeah.
It's a normal
It's just,
day for
it's just a
Tyler.
Wednesday for Tyler. Thanks, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy
and
New Year.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We'll
we'll see you next time.